Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Nadine. I'm the owner of NG Platinum Homes, and today is going to be 3 tips for managing your home renovation, whether it be a bathroom, a kitchen, even a small powder room, or any other area in your home. There's 3 tips as a designer and a general contractor that I can give you that you really need to think about when it comes to managing your home renovation effectively. So let's get into it. Number 1, I have to say, the biggest thing that you need to consider and do, because I have seen in many situations that people don't have, is have a plan. So when people start a home renovation, let's just say it's a bathroom, they might think they have a plan. They know what kind of tile they want. They know the design layout that they want. They go to look for a contractor to do the work. The contractor comes in and says, yep, we can lay this tile, put this vanity, do this size shower, X, Y, and Z. But when I say have a plan, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to actually have a design when it comes to the home renovation. In my company, we always provide a 3D rendering for our clients, so no mistakes can happen. From measurements to color to grout to the design of the vanity, everything that you could possibly have, you need to have it in place so that way there's a clear picture for you and also for your contractor and your subs and your designer exactly what you want. There's been many situations where we were hired by a client. They had a bathroom that was done or almost complete, and a lot of things were done wrong because initially there was no plan. They didn't have a design. Measurements were not right. Color schemes were wrong. Having an actual design and a plan can avoid all of these problems straight from the get-go. So that's the number 1 thing that I have to say is make sure that there's a clear, precise plan and a design for your renovation. Number 2, the next thing I am going to talk about is catching red flags. In this business, we have dealt with many clients that have had multiple people that have come to them to do work and had quotes given to them. So the number 1 red flag I have to say is, so when you have a sales call come to you for giving you a quote, that pretty much starts the whole process of learning how a contractor works and how they're going to follow through with your whole project. So you want to make sure that if they tell you that they're going to have you a quote within 24 to 48 hours, you receive that quote in 24 to 48 hours. Because if they don't, that to me would be a red flag that they're not following through with the things that they say. If you end up hiring them on as your contractor, there may be potential problems in the future as far as timelines not being completed, people telling you things that they say that they're going to do and they're not doing. So you want to make sure that you catch those red flags right off the bat. And another big thing with catching red flags is, again, timeline. If they're telling you that their timeline for a certain project is 3 to 4 weeks, 2 to 3 months, you can go ahead and ask them, how was your timelines on other projects? I also recommend getting referrals from contractors and talking to actual customers so that way they can tell you, how did it go? Did they follow through with their contract when they said they were going to? Is the timeline in the contract? In my contracts, there is a clear timeline on there where I tell people, in your project, this is the amount of time this is going to take to complete within reason. And so they have a clear vision that we have to complete it in this amount of time. And you want to make sure that that is done because there's a lot of situations where that doesn't happen. And I'm going to give you an example of one currently right now. So I was hired on to do a chain of boutique coffee shops for a client that found me through social media and friends. Unfortunately, this gentleman's coffee shop, they were originally told that this project, one of their locations, was going to take 3 months to complete. And when I came into this, it was not even nearly 1/4 of the way complete, and they were in 22 months timeline already. Tile work still wasn't done, electrical wasn't done, sheetrock wasn't done. It was just a disaster. And he was basically getting the runaround from the contractor that they needed more money and X, Y, and Z. So it's really an amazing situation to where, people can come in and tell you one thing and it turns out to be something else. And I came in and completed this project in 3 weeks. It's really important to, like I said, look for those red flags, and those red flags will be noticed straight from the get-go. If you are told you're going to get a quote in 24 hours and your quote doesn't come through for 2 weeks, I would probably move on to the next guy. And number 3, the last thing I'm going to talk about is being flexible. You're managing this project as the homeowner. It's the most important project to you, whether it be your kitchen, bathroom, any piece of your home renovation, because it's your home. In construction, as we know, changes can happen at the drop of a hat. Every day, sometimes changes occur. Sometimes it's at the fault of a contractor, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a chain supply issue. So being flexible with your contractor, especially if you have a good relationship with them, is very important for a couple of reasons. Now, if it's small things, which a lot of times little itty bitty things come up and it's unavoidable, if you are picking a paint color and you signed off on it and you realized once they did it, yeah, I don't really like it. If you're flexible with the contractor, chances are they're going to be more willing to change these things without necessarily charging you for it. A lot of times when changes need to occur, we implement what is called a change order, and it's something that you have to sign off on, and a lot of times there's charges for it because halfway through the construction you realize that you wanted to change something in the renovation process. But if you are a little bit flexible with timelines and things that occur, your contractor is a lot more willing to be flexible with you as far as not charging you for minor little things. We do that all the time. Sometimes there's mold issues that occur in bathrooms when we rip out a shower. We fix it, remedy it, take out the mold, clean it up. Technically, there could be an extra charge for that, but we don't because, these are minor little details, and if the process is going so smoothly with the homeowner, it's not something that we feel like we need to charge for or add to or alert the client about. Being flexible goes both ways. If you're flexible with the contractor, they're more willing to be flexible with you, and it's going to make the whole renovation process go a lot smoother. So those are my 3 tips on managing your home renovation. I hope that these were helpful for you. If you have any other questions about this, you can drop it in the comments. Otherwise, until next time, keep designing your life, and I'll see you in the next one.